Never we're gonna be first-class citizens, as we will not have a land, because they don't want to give us land for peacefully. If I'm gonna preach for land, we're gonna create a threat to the society, to the globe. Because 12 million Roma is not a small number. 12 million Roma is more than 5 million Slovakians, 7 million Bulgarians, 3 million Latvians. We are 12. We are a huge number. We have men and women who are ready to fight for their rights. But we know that we're not going to get the land. So what we are only asking for is our equal opportunities and justice. Two basic things. And as an Eastern European Roma migrant in this country, I experienced it from this British community, equal opportunities and justice. But I cannot say the same thing about my cousin British gypsies and travelers who are 5 years, 5 centuries in this country and who are still treated as a second-class citizens. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit emotional. You know, it's 75 years ago when the 2nd of August happened, the Gypsy Night, and where 3,000 Roma have been killed on one night. But as Waldo mentioned, other concentration camps, Jasenovac, Treblinka, and don't forget about the Estonia and Latvia, the crimes of the post-Soviet Russian friends, who also actually, when we look at the history, most of the Soviet Red Army, they liberated the Auschwitz. They liberated most of the concentration camps. And the Russian soldiers, they call it Great War. They sacrificed their lives for our freedom, for our lives. That we, my people and your people, Jewish friends, can live. And I applaud also Jewish Zionist movement who created their own equality, own country, own security.
Yes,
we haven't got
bravo.
any security, and no one can guarantee right now any security for my people, especially in Eastern Europe. 2 weeks ago, police authorities have been beaten down the village in Slovakia. Nothing happened. No punishment, no justice, no. And 3 years ago, they did the same in 3 villages. Men, women, children, all beaten down by the police forces. No justice came. But it wouldn't happen maybe in Britain, because Britain still, what they preach, they do it. They respect and they obey the law. But in Eastern Europe, it's like this. And I don't want to preach my people to get armed. I don't want to preach my people to start being for the self-defense. If anyone will come to my daughter, 9 years old daughter, which I would love to live one day in Slovakia or Czech Republic, anyone will come and touch my daughter, what are you gonna do? And if I'm not gonna get justice? My own cousin would be 36 years old today. In age 14, he was beaten by skinheads. My auntie has trauma till nowadays. And my father was police officer paid by the government. And we never get justice. So my life, this kind of experience which I have been through, that's why I'm here with Mr. Rishi now as an independent politician. I'm not NGO worker, I'm not employee of anyone. On the end, I would like to thank all you who have came today and commemorate with us peacefully. And we bring the dignity for all the lost lives in this horrible war. And let's remember that neo-Nazi rising is in Europe, the threat is there. And we have to fight united together to get this extremist ideology out of this world. If we cannot have our own security, own land, we need it, at least the security in the country where we are living, protected by the authorities, by law. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you for listening. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Rohan. I'm here on behalf of the Malcolm X movement, but also someone who is half Roma and half Indian. This really is my culture. Yeah. So, just to start, following from Michael, actually, the genocide of the Roma didn't really start in 1938, but of course started long before that. In the 1500s, we have records showing gypsy edicts declaring the gypsy people homo sapiens. In legal terms, this means they are outside the law. You can rape them, kill them, beat them, and will not face any justice legally. Okay? This starts in the 1500s, and arguably still continues today. We've seen in Slovakia, in Czech Republic, in Poland, the way gypsy camps have been demolished, people killed, and people beaten. You can just look this up very quickly online, and there's plenty of evidence. But this is not just Eastern Europe. This comes to the Western Europe too. Under Nicolas Sarkozy in France, we saw thousands and thousands of gypsies deported back to where they came from. And here in the UK, of course, gypsies routinely persecuted, thrown off their land, and called discriminatory names. Okay? So, obviously, like I said, I grew up Roma and Indian, but I was deeply ashamed of my Roma upbringing. My dad died when I was very young, so I had no one to teach me the culture. All I heard growing up was pikey, gypsy, thief. So I pretended like I wasn't Roma at all. I was just the English Indian, as there are many of us here. I could blend in quite easily. As I grew older, I grew to be proud of my Roma heritage. And that's why I come to you today, my first time at this memorial event with the Malcolm X movement, to celebrate Roma culture and to tell you that we should be proud, and I'd like to see more young Roma come and stand beside me. I don't speak the language, I was never a traveller, but I still know it's in my blood and I'm still proud to be Roma. So thank you all for coming.